Have you ever noticed how money feels different as we get older? In our younger years, it's all about paychecks, bills, saving for the future, and maybe raising a family. But once retirement begins, or even as it approaches, money changes its meaning. It stops being about building and starts being about sustaining. Suddenly, the big question isn't how much you can make, but how wisely you can use what you already have. And that shift, it can feel both freeing and frightening. If you're anything like me, you probably had those late-night moments where you think, will my savings last? Am I spending too much? What if something unexpected happens? You're not alone. In fact, millions of seniors across the world share those same quiet thoughts. But here's the good news. Money management in retirement doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be stressful. With a few simple habits, practiced gently and consistently, you can stretch your savings further, reduce your worries, and free up more energy to enjoy the life you've worked so hard for. That's what today's video is all about. I'm so glad you're here with me. Because in this community, Elderly Active Life, we talk every single day about ways to make our lives healthier, calmer, and more fulfilling. And today, we're diving into 7 smart money habits every senior should know. But before we go any further, could I ask you a small favor? If you enjoy these kind of conversations, gentle, practical, and focused on living better, would you give this video a quick thumbs up? It's just one click, but it helps more people like us find this channel, and it lets me know you'd like to see more videos like this. All right, let's begin. Habit 1. Create a gentle but firm retirement budget. Now, I know the word budget can make some people sigh. It can sound restrictive, maybe even a little harsh, like a diet for your wallet. But here's the truth. A retirement budget isn't about limitation. It's about freedom. Imagine this. You're planning a trip. Would you rather drive a map that guides you calmly along the way, or head out without one and hope you don't get lost? A retirement budget is that gentle map. It helps you know where you are, where your money is flowing, and how to avoid surprises that could knock you off course. The first step is simple. Figure out your monthly essentials. That's your housing, food, healthcare, utilities, and any recurring bills. These are your must-haves. Next, set aside a portion for your joy spending. Retirement isn't meant to be all about cutting back. It's about enjoying fruits of your hard work, whether that's a weekly lunch with friends, hobbies like gardening or painting, or saving up for a short trip. Your joy spending matters just as much as your essentials. And finally, don't forget your peace of mind category. Money set aside for emergencies or unexpected expenses. A leaky roof, a medical bill, or even helping a family member. It feels so much lighter when you know you have a cushion prepared. Now here's the trick. Keep it simple. You don't need spreadsheets or complicated apps unless you enjoy them. A notebook, a folder with envelopes, or even a small journal can work just as well. The beauty of this habit is that once your budget is set, you stop worrying as much. You know where your money is going. You know you're safe. And you know that your spending is aligned with what actually brings you joy. And let me gently remind you, if you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to click that like button. It really helps. Habit 2. Track the quiet leaks, small expenses that add up. Have you ever filled up a bucket with water, only to realize later that there's a tiny crack at the bottom? The bucket never fills, no matter how much you pour in. That's exactly what happens with small, unnoticed expenses. A few dollars here, a subscription you don't use there, maybe daily snacks or news memberships. They seem harmless, but over months and years, they quietly drain your finances. I once heard a story of a retired couple who looked through their bank statements and realized they were still paying for a gym membership they hadn't used in 3 years. It wasn't much monthly, but altogether, they had lost over $1,000 without even noticing. Here's a gentle way to track those leaks. Once every few months, sit down with your bank or credit card statements. Look for charges you don't use or could live without. Do you really need 3 streaming services? Are you paying for a magazine you no longer read? Instead of cutting everything, focus on what actually adds joy to your life. Keep what matters. Release what doesn't. To make it even simpler, you can create a spending diary for just 1 week. Write down everything you spend, no matter how small. Often, just seeing it on paper is enough to reveal patterns and solutions. The beauty of patching these little leaks is that it frees up money for things that actually enrich your life. And believe me, that feels much better than watching it silently slip away. And hey, if you're finding this advice useful, make sure you subscribe to Elderly Active Life. We share new tips every single day to help you live well in retirement. Now let's move on. Habit 3. Keep your money growing safely, low-risk investments. Now here's a myth. Investing is only for the young. That's simply not true. Even in our later years, money can and should continue working for us, just in safer, gentler ways. Think of it like gardening. When you're younger, you might plant wild fields of vegetables and experiment. But as you get older, you prefer sturdy, low-maintenance plants that give steady harvests with little risk. Investments are the same. Safe options like government bonds, certificates of deposit, or certain dividend-paying stocks can provide growth without keeping you awake at night. And these small, steady gains help your money last longer. The key here is to focus on preservation and gentle growth. You're not chasing risky jackpots. You're ensuring your savings don't shrink due to inflation or sit idle while prices rise around you. If investing feels overwhelming, remember, you don't have to do it alone. Many banks and financial advisors offer retirement-focused guidance. Even small amounts invested wisely can bring peace of mind. And here's something else. Don't underestimate the power of compounding, even later in life. It's like planting a tree. You may not see a forest grow, but even a few more years of shade and fruit can make life so much sweeter. So, when someone tells you seniors shouldn't invest, smile gently and remember, it's not about risk, it's about resilience. Habit 4. Declutter and downsize for peace and savings. Let's shift gears and talk about something that affects both your wallet and your spirit. Clutter. Think about how many items we collect over a lifetime. Furniture, clothes, books, knickknacks, tools, gifts. Our homes often become museums of our lives. And while those items hold memories, they can also hold costs, both financial and emotional. A large home with extra rooms means higher utility bills, more space to clean, and sometimes even property taxes that strain our budget. Downsizing, whether it's moving to a smaller space or simply decluttering the one you have, can bring enormous relief. But here's the thing, downsizing isn't about giving up. It's about making space for what truly matters. Imagine walking into a living room that feels open, clean, and easy to maintain. Imagine not having to climb stairs every day or pay to heat empty bedrooms. Imagine freeing yourself from the worry of too much stuff so you can focus on experiences instead. And don't forget, selling and used items can put actual money back in your pocket. Old furniture, collectibles, or tools can be sold online or donated for tax benefits. So think of downsizing not as a loss, but as a gift to yourself, a lighter, simpler, more affordable way to live. And speaking of gifts, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small financial habit you discovered that makes retirement easier? Share it in the comments. You never know who might be helped by your wisdom. Habit 5. Stay alert to scams targeting seniors. This one's important. Sadly, seniors are often targeted by financial scams. Phone calls, fake emails, even strangers knocking at the door. But here's the empowering part. Knowledge is protection. One common scam is the urgent call. Someone claims to be from the bank, the government, or even a family member, saying you must send money immediately. Another is the fake investment promising guaranteed returns. And of course, those emails asking you to click a link and confirm personal details. The golden rule is simple. Never give personal or financial information to someone you don't know. Real banks, real agencies, and real companies will never pressure you over the phone or email. If you're unsure, hang up and call back using the official number you already have. If something feels too good to be true, it usually is. By staying cautious, you're not only protecting your money, you're protecting your peace of mind. Habit 6. Stretch your savings with smart daily choices. Sometimes, it's not the big things that make the difference, but the small, steady choices we make every day. Cooking at home more often instead of eating out, planning meals to reduce waste, turning off lights when leaving a room. These may sound tiny, but over time, They add up to real savings. And many of these habits come with extra benefits: healthier meals, a cozier home, and less stress. You can also explore community resources. Many towns offer senior discounts, free activities, or even wellness programs that cut costs while enriching your life. The goal isn't to feel deprived, it's to feel empowered. To know that your daily choices are helping your savings last longer without sacrificing the things that bring you joy. Habit 7. Spend on joy, not just needs, living well with balance. Finally, let's talk about joy. Because here's the truth. Money isn't just for bills. It's for living. One of the smartest money habits isn't about saving. It's about spending with intention. Think about the things that light you up inside. Maybe it's a weekend with grandchildren, a gardening project, or a trip to a place you've always dreamed of. When you choose to spend on those things, you're not wasting money. You're investing in happiness, in memories, in the very quality of your retirement. So yes, cover your needs. Yes, plan for safety. But never forget, life is meant to be lived. Even small joys, a cup of coffee at your favorite cafe, a new book, fresh flowers, can bring meaning to your days. And that balance between safety and joy, that's the true art of smart money management in retirement. So there you have it, my friends. 7 smart money habits every senior should know. 1. Create a general retirement budget. 2. Track the quiet leaks. 3. Keep your money growing safely. 4. Declutter and downsize. 5. Stay alert to scams. 6. Stretch your savings with smart choices. 7. Spend on joy, not just needs. None of these is complicated. None requires you to become an expert in finance. They're simply gentle shifts, little habits that can protect your savings, bring you peace, and help you live retirement with more freedom and joy. If you found this video helpful, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up. It really helps more seniors like us find elderly active life. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We share new videos every single day to support you with health, happiness, and financial peace in your later years. Until next time, take care of yourself, spend wisely, and may your retirement always be filled with comfort, safety, and joy. Bye for now.